Greetings and welcome back to SmartWatchTix.com, and thank you for being with us here for the entire year of 2024 if you have been. If not, sure glad you've joined us here at the end of the year, and get ready for 2025. Going to be a spectacular year, especially for smart rings. That's what's coming. This is a Nova Smart. It's a special smart ring that started out as a Kickstarter program and has evolved into, well, an AI-supported device that gives you all kinds of insight into your body. We're going to begin with a poem. We don't usually do that, but how can I turn it down? Nova Smart, nature's charisma, a visual banquet brings, optimistic tech for the greater good it sings, vibrant health with every step it shows, abundant welfare, in unity we grow. Nice way to bring in 2025, and here is their gorgeous ring. Look at this puppy. Now they have two versions. This is their titanium one, and I got to tell you, I was very, very taken by it. I don't know if you can see, but the sheen on this one is really unique. It goes sideways as opposed to across, so you have really nice circular reflections when you get it into the light. Before I go further, I want to tell you a little bit about it, how you can get it, and then we'll unpack it. It began, as I said, as a Kickstarter program a while back. Before it closed out from there, they had about 567 supporters for over $100,000 investment. That seeded the program, got it going, and now the actual Nova Ring is available at their own website for under $200, which compares real favorably with those that are $250 to $350 on the market, in the fact that it gives you as much data or more in some cases in a very succinct and organized fashion in their app. You'll see that in a little while. There's two configurations. One's this Sapphire crystal style, where you can actually see the inner workings, which is really a fun techie look. And then, as you saw, the titanium version is out now, and beautiful ring. In terms of what it can do, it supports all these different features. Broken down by category, there's a wellness plan and reminders, which is where the NovaSmart AI and the GPT-4o wellness alerts kick into it. The more you wear it, the more it collects, the more it collects, the more it can assess, and the more contoured it can become in giving you insights and recommendations. In the sleep area, it covers quality, ideal bedtime, which is really fun. You're going to see that. And a Chrono-type determining, when are you a daytime person, nighttime person? It'll detect naps and give you sleep assignment. Biometrics for heart rate variability, stress and blood oxygen, steps, calories, pace, duration, and with the app paired with your phone, you can even get a GPS track, even though there's, of course, no GPS in the ring itself. And others, you got meditation, ladies, menstrual cycle tracking, gesture control for taking pictures with your phone, and you can integrate it with Strava. Spec-wise, 5 ATM water resistance, an amazing configured modular sensor array with red, infrared, and green lights for covering all of those measurements, a magnetic charging dock and a USB-C cable with it, 20.5 milliamp hour battery, which gives you about 4 to 7 days of battery life, and no subscription fee. That's what we like to hear, right? All right, let's dive in. This is the box that held the ring right there. Inside, you've got a few more things now. We open this up, and you've got manual instruction and quick guide. Those will take you through basically what's in the box, health and safety warnings, notices and guidelines, use and care, maintenance, and more, and more, and more, and that's it. We always do these manuals because you never know if you can find them online, and sometimes there's a critical thing in there you need to know about. This is the dock. You'll see that in just a second and how you connect to it. And then you can install the Nova Ring app on your phone, either through this QR code or download it from the link in the show notes. And it'll look like that on your phone, and you can launch it and be good to go. The charging light inside the ring is here. It flashes red until it's fully charged. Takes about an hour from being almost completely empty, and it goes green when it's fully charged. And you wear it in a special configuration. Let me show you that right now. Where's the ring? You see, it's got a dimple. It's got a cute little dimple on it. And this is not a magic button, guys. This is an indicator of when you have the ring on correctly. You want to make sure that the dimple is down at the bottom, because this is the best place to pick up the information from the sensors that you see that are right opposite the dimple. That's where all the lights and collecting stations are. So you wear it here, and you've got this nice titanium smooth ring. If you happen to notice that it's kind of like this, you go, oh, excuse me. Oh. You twist it around, get it down below, and you're wearing it right. The charger. Yes, you're going to want to see the charger. Dig deeper. We have a box. Inside here is, of course, a USB-A to USB-C charger. You can use any one, your phone charger, the one you have at work, in your car, you name it. And then the dock with the USB charger here in the back. And it's just a little thing sticks out like that with a little magnetic connector right there. And you take the ring. By the way, you want it nice and snug, but not, you should be able to rotate it slightly, otherwise it's too tight. But you want it to fit nicely. Not like this, guys. It has to touch your finger in order to get the information. So make sure when you size it, size on the small side. Make sure you're not like bloated from French fries or something when you check yourself, and order your ring accordingly. This is the connection right there. You see the little port that lines up, and it happens to be right where the dimple is facing down. So you don't need to look for it. You just aim the dimple down, and it'll land in there. It's actually a little bit over to the side, and it just sits here, and it charges. And the light for charging is not on the dock. It's one of the lights inside here, like I said, red or green, and you've got it. I think that's it for the unpacking part. Let's go to the most important part of all, which is the app and how the app integrates with the ring. From the Google Play Store, then, you're looking for this icon, a thumbnail, the double circles against the blue background. When you've installed it into your phone, you can open it. You go through the process of pairing it. It's really, really easy. It'll automatically prompt you for pairing it once you get going with it. And you'll land on the home page of all these different pages. And this one is a summary of what's going on today. Now, some of the AI is kicking in here in the insights. I've been sedentary, and it's letting me know time to get up and get moving. You can X out of that, or you can learn more by tapping on it. And each of these descriptors then give you some ideas of what you can be doing to slightly modify your behavior to improve your health, whatever it is, sleep or sedentary or just what. You can also start setting health reminders to stay on track if you want to. For example, getting up and moving around. You can set a time and say, okay, buzz me then, and I'll definitely get up and go, right? So those are available to you. And, it's already set it, I guess, because it was right there at 13:55, which is right now. You can X out of that, and that should take us out of it. There we go. And it moves everything up. So they're broken into these different categories. Your activity, your recovery from all of your activity, a daily tag thing, which is where you kind of make a little journal for yourself of how your day has gone. I fill that out in the evening after the day's complete. Your last night's sleep information, your overall exercise section, which shows your exercise records, and you can start an exercise directly from here. You can't start an exercise from the ring, right? It's not no way to do that. But you can start it from the app, and it will tie in with the ring, so it's going to be real-time measuring your information, step count and heart rate and so forth, and we'll be able to transfer that back into your exercise records. We'll take a look at that. Then you get into your biometrics, which includes a breakdown of heart rate in sleep heart rate and then daytime heart rate, and it breaks those up with two different colors and more detail as you go deeper. Heart rate variability, which assesses your stress level along the way, and those are measured 24 hours, 24/7. Blood oxygen and stress then appear, and these are measured incrementally by touching the measure button, and you can track your previous results with each of these. And ladies, your menstrual cycle is here. We'll start there. Just tap on it. You see your whole chart based on the information that you provide to set the whole thing up. And it will, again, show you that right at the very bottom if you've got that activated and you're registering as a female. Let's come up to the top. In the Today category now, in Activities, there's your step count by hour in here. When you go to week, you're seeing your steps by day during the week. When you go to the month, you're seeing the week or the individual days throughout the entire month. That's how they're doing it. Plus the summaries, you saw that. You also have down here your goals in terms of little semicircles per day. Friday is a day that I hit pretty close to my goal, I guess, or exceeded it actually. My goal is 8,000. I hit 9,000 there. And you can just switch through your numbers if you want to this way as well. Then you get down into the details. It's showing you the completion circle, your physical activity in terms of minutes, and again, a breakout in here by day, and your overall exercise records, which we had back on that opening page, and we'll look at when we get to that section. And this is one of them. GPS walking was there. So that's about your activity. Then you get into your recovery. Okay, this is where now we're getting some more deep insights. It tells me I took 844 steps yesterday. Now, it's really cool that I'm doing this today, because I'm just coming off of, I'm not sure, the flu or a head cold. I just had no energy yesterday. The day before, oh man, I was really busting it. I was doing great. So I'm getting an oscillation of data in here. And so it's telling me today, when I'm doing pretty darn good, because I'm kicking back in again, how I did yesterday, which was not good at all. 844 steps out of 8,000. Go into recovery, and there's the detail of that information that you can scroll through and read in a little window. And then it's showing yesterday's now, sleep quality, resting score, average HRV, and so forth. That's my activity, sleep time last night, and then it breaks it down into restful, light, and REM. Looks like we're seeing that showing up quite often, and you're right, it's in each of these different sections to an extent, but it really is in here when we actually get to sleep itself. This is where you get in and you tag your mood, you say what, from very pleasant all the way down to very miserable and everything in between. You can pick out keywords, you can add some more if you want to in these different categories, and you can type something in here if you want. Just a quick way of noting for remembering what happened in a particular day. Let's dive into sleep now. This is where we get really, really detailed. This is one of the more detailed streams in here. Long time sleeping last night, 9 hours, 42 minutes, no naps yet today, but you can see the breakout here in terms of awake, REM, light, and restful, and it's really finely stratiated. Is that a word? It's well defined, and if you push on any of them, you can see right where you are. This is this little section here was 22 minutes long. Then it dropped down into light sleep, 12 minutes, and deep sleep, 8 minutes. So you got some good control. You can't pinch and open the chart, but you definitely have the full range of it. Your sleep quality score now shows you some of the makeup of this. And there's your sleep ratio information, again, between restful, light, and REM sleep in a pie chart type diagram. And you can change days, too, right up here. And this is true on all of the other ones. We can go back and pick a day. And there was the result for that day. Kind of a chaotic waking up, going back to bed, deep sleep, REM sleep, coming out of a dream. One of the ways I kind of tell if these are accurate or not, I mean, it's hard to really tell, is if I'm waking out of a dream and I've been recently in REM, then it's pretty good that it's catching I'm in that dream space. So you got the same kind of breakdown for a different day from the calendar. So that's your sleep. Bring back out of here. Now we're into exercise records. Tap in here. I've got a couple of GPS walking records. This is actually a zoomed in, very, very tight. That's my house here, this rectangle, right, or square. And I'm just doing a walk around the house and putting in my 250 steps an hour or so. In this case, I went for about 10 minutes, and the information is down here. It's tracking, again, your heart rate while you're doing that from your ring to the phone. You take your phone with you when you're doing the GPS walking to get the track, and it all integrates together. Steps and stride are in here. And like I said, I got 2 of these. Here's another one. And there you can see the house from a different perspective. Its length, information, average heart rate, the different zones, and again, the steps and stride. So pretty cool that you can do full-on exercise work with just a ring tied to your phone and not have to, enter it with a watch or enter an exercise program in here. You can do it alone. You won't get the GPS track, but you can set this up and start an exercise and not take your phone along, and it'll save all that data and transfer it over here. And you'll find in a little while you can actually transfer that to Strava if you're a Strava user. Here we go then into measurements. This was the sleep, measurement of heart rate. Again, you're in here and you can break this down and go to any one of these. I jumped up to 90 right out of bed, 82, so forth. The review, the hours and minutes you've been in the different zones once it gets filled in, I guess, and day, week, and month are available for you as well here. After sleep, heart rate variability, which you can take an instant measurement of any of these, and then blood oxygen. I can go in here and show you my last 7 records, or I can come up here and show you the date and time of all of the records that are accumulated in here if you're concerned that you've fallen out at any particular point. You're not getting 24-hour blood oxygen on this, so it's not going to be able to check for sleep apnea potential of holding your breath. It's just too battery intensive to do 24-hour of blood oxygen. And the heart rate variability are done in increments as little as every 5 minutes on up to like once an hour, so you can save on your battery. Stress, same kind of thing. I can go into measuring, and you'll see if it's not on my finger, it's going to pop off here. But if it is, you'll start getting a measurement. You can dive in here, see your last 7 records, and your percentage of stress that you're encountering. And so if you're feeling really stressed at any particular time, grab your phone, take a stress reading, see what you've got, and then you might want to drop into the next area. Well, this area, I'll jump over there now, and we already talked menstrual cycle. So from stress, we can go into meditation. This doesn't have any data in it related to your ring, but it's really, really well done. You have some background sounds that you can play, some crackling fires, some ocean waves, some birds chirping or whatever. You can do these workouts of breathing exercises, a 4-4 breath, a 4-7-8 breath. You'll learn about those as you go into it. And then there's these different programs that you can download and run, and they're all free. Everything's free once you buy the ring. Restful sleep, you got relaxation. Nice addition to this program, to the app, to give you something you can do with the data that you're collecting. I really like that. So that's all here in this tab. Now let's jump back over. This was the opening one, right, from today. This one now is the recovery, which happens to be the same as what we get if we touched recovery over there. It's a bit confusing, so I'm not going to run through the whole thing again. You can see that it's exactly what we looked at. This one now is sleep, and sure enough, it's the same thing as what we got to if we tapped sleep here. So we've almost done the entire app already just from that opening tab. Oh, no. This is different. This is true. This is different. When we're in the sleep tab here, it's going to be different than sleep from here. And you'll see here, you get what we had before. There's your chart, your total thing, your sleep quality score, and your ratios. That was all in that other section. But it goes beyond now when you're actually in the sleep tab here. You get your average sleep heart rate and your maximum and minimum throughout the night. The biological clock, what is that? Optimal bedtime, sleep adjustment. It explains all that to you. Shows you that your optimal time for me is 9:30 to 10:30 p.m. tonight to align with my adjusted circadian rhythm. This is showing how close I've been to my average, and your average continues to evolve over time. So eventually you start to hit a window that fits ideally for you to go to sleep to ensure you're getting the most rest during the night. Not too early where you're going to be tossing and turning and up in the middle of the night, or not too late where you have to wake up too early. Whatever, it's all there. I don't think you can go any further than this. No, but you can definitely study this and get some information. Then we look at HRV, like we looked at heart rate, and it's showing the maximum and minimum just during your sleep now. The first one was showing your cumulative, the sleep time and your current awake time. This is the fine tuning of just your sleep. Temperature, yep, it's got a thermometer in it, and it'll tell you, based on after it's got an average, how you're deviating from that average up and down. Now, I've only had this, 5 days, so I'm not getting really rich data that will fine-tune over time. I wish I had a couple of months to wear it before putting this out. And maybe next year early, when we go back and do some more Ring comparison reviews and updates, well, I'll have more data to show you. But for now, at least it's a good start so you can see where it's going. And then sleep movement is in here as well. Little, moderate, and frequent, tossing and turning. Remember, it's got the step count thing in here, and that same accelerometer can be used to take a picture by wiggling your hand. You'll see that in a minute. So it can also catch when you're tossing and turning. Well, the black areas, you're no movement at all. That's probably when you're in your deep sleep. But there's broken into 3 different levels, so you can assess how much you toss and turn at night. And then blood oxygen, it's doing a couple of them throughout the night, not many, but you are getting at least a few trigger points, and it looks like one every hour maybe or so, and gives you your average. And then now the sleep chrono-type. What's that? It tells you about it right there. Now you can download this app and I believe open it up even without the Ring so you can start looking at things. It says I'm a late morning type. I tend to, get my best peak activity in the morning, at least from its survey of my 5 days that it's got. And it's showing some colorful little sleep trend analysis in here of the last 7 days as well. And all of that then is in this sleep section, which you can go back and check different days, different chart. Here in the dotted area, I was up wide awake. I couldn't sleep. Had to do some stuff, get tired again, went back to bed. So it handled it, It doesn't really tell me anything there until it's tracking my sleep again, but it stopped tracking. Very interesting stuff. Sleep quality again. It doesn't have the information in there. Notice the whole different chronograph information here. Same thing for heart rate variability. I think maybe I took the Ring off or something there because, it's broken off of no data on any of these, which I like to see, honestly, because that tells me it's not making up bogus readings. When it's not working or you don't have it on or it's not picking up the sensors and you still get data, be questionable about whatever that is, a Ring, a watch, or whatever. But this is the heart section. That was the recovery section. This is the total section. This is your meditation section. And now finally there's you. The Ring itself, your charge level, your overall goals, and you can set exercise daily goals as well. This is just your basic all-day goal. You have your profile that you put in here. I mix these up random each time, but I always try to set it for female to make sure it shows the menstrual cycle. If you register as male, it doesn't. I believe on this one, if you do, you can get that, and if you have a partner that you like to track that for or with, or just know where things are in case you need to know that information, you still can do that. This is unique. On many of these, you don't see the watches as well, that you can put in your own stride length. Stride length is used to compute your distance traveled from your step count. Walk 1,000 steps with a stride of 24 inches and you've walked a certain distance. If your stride's 27 inches, you've walked further. So getting that accurately is nice. So what I did is I walked through a puddle and walked onto some dry land at my pace, And then I took a tape measure and measured from toe to toe between about 3 of them, and it all came out to be about 25 inches, and so that's what I put in there. Others where you can set up your units, your daytime heart rate measurement intervals from 5 minutes to 60 minutes. The more intervals, the shorter the life. If you want the 7-day life out of this ring, make sure you set the longest measurement times and not doing certain stuff at night and those kind of things, and you'll get longer battery life. You can set the low battery reminder, and it'll prompt you when you get down to 5%. I got down to 9% and went ahead and started charging it, so I never saw that happen. Heart rate alerts you can set. Upper heart rate limit, it can calculate that for you, or you can pick it, whatever you'd like. Then blood oxygen during sleep is going to use up a little more battery, right? That's why you have the option to turn it on or off. But as you saw, we had a report showing blood oxygen at night. But the frequency interval is really, really broad. So if you want real serious blood oxygen monitoring, a ring's not going to do it. It just doesn't have a big enough battery to be doing that continuously like that. You need to go to a smartwatch. By the way, we have several. Look in the playlists under sleep apnea, for example, and you'll see all kinds of watches that do great detailed breakdown of blood oxygen monitoring, including Lorenz scatter diagrams, all kinds of stuff. Tells you a lot about heart health. But for basic work, you've got this here. Last things, we got the gesture control for the camera. Gonna put this puppy back on. I feel for the bumps on most of these because that's how you kind of tell. But for this one, yeah, I got to look for the dot. Works best on my ring finger for right now. So if I go into that gesture control, it opens up the camera, right? Now, I really can't do much. I got to hold it with this hand. Oh, I guess I could put my hand down here, and you see the picture. Now, if I shake my hand, there, it took a picture. Shake it again, it should take another one. And there's a bunch of pictures coming up here. And there you go. There's my hand. Another picture of my hand. Very, very cool. And that's available just right in the app. Then you got firmware. Check yours. Mine had an update waiting. I've got another update waiting. Wow, that's cool. So it has the ability to push, and I'll be doing that in a second, updates to your ring. As it gets more and more refined, you can reset the watch or the ring completely. And then About tells you it's the Nova Ring. This is the app. And there's the option to upgrade to beta, which I'm going to be doing. I've been wanting to do this, but I wanted to show you guys the stock app with the stock ring without any fancy things that they're adding to it. But if you have the opportunity and you're inclined, you can be testing out new features by joining their beta program. That pretty much is the app, and the app pretty much tells the whole story of the ring. So back to the ring itself. One of the things I notice is the lights, which are in the little container area right here. Well, it doesn't focus if I have other things in the picture. Right in here, there's 2 green ones and a red one on either side. It tends to be a bit bright at night. Not really annoying, especially since it's at the bottom. If your hand is down here, you don't really see it. But if you want a little flashlight and it happens to be on and you're walking around the room looking for a doorknob or something, you do see a little bit of glow from the green coming through on the side. There you go. See it right there? Not too terribly bad. It's 2 lights. You see it on both sides. The dimple, easy to find, easy to feel in the dark if you're trying to locate it and put it in the right position. And it's invisible when you're wearing the ring on the top. And like I said, it's a different way of doing the titanium. Here's a different smart ring now that's also titanium. And can you see the sheen, how it's really different between the two? I like this one a lot. A lot of attention to detail in the Nova Ring. Now, once again, where can you get it? We have a listing for you in the show notes to take you directly to the Nova website. You can pick up the crystal, the Sapphire crystal, for about $220, and this Nova R titanium that I'm wearing is at $199. And if I can, I'll definitely have some exclusive coupon discounts for you. So check that out in the show notes and apply those when you purchase. Hope you like this one. I do. I think it's a winner. Basic information in the app that covers everything and integrated with AI to hone in and give you better data about yourself over time. That's a really sweet feature. The fact there's no subscription you ever have to pay, one-time fee to buy the ring, and everything else is in the app, and the fact that they're updating both the firmware and the ring and the app constantly with new features and new things makes it a real sellable product, and I think going to be great through 2025. So be sure to check back, subscribe if you haven't. We will be doing updates on these various rings and comparisons over time throughout next year, and pick one of these things up and get started. Thanks for watching, gang. We'll see you again soon.